Welcome back, traders. We're doing the weekend update now. So we're looking at Bitcoin here on this chart. It's looking not too great, actually. So if you look here at the Gaussian channel, that's this red and green channel here coming through on this 3-day chart. So each candle represents 3 days. So we're coming close to probably coming to the bottom of this channel again, like we did back here a few weeks ago, which would be around 25,694 after we rejected here at the center of the channel. If you go on to like about a 3-day chart, which is a good smooth average of this representation, this visual representation, you'll see that usually the bottoms, tops, and middles of the channel tend to see rejections in price, just like we did here on September 19th. We are still overall in an upward channel, as you can see from this channel here, starting at the bottom from November of last year until today. A few times we broke above it a bit, but not in a strong way, and came back into it. Right now, we just went off the bottom of that channel here on September 10th, and we'll probably reach it again here. Let's say by beginning first week of October, we'll probably touch it again. And then if we get above this 27,400 mark here, we'll call that a double bottom, but we'll wait until that happens before I call that. Currently, though, we are sort of on the razor's edge here. We have this downward trend that we've been respecting so far. We've touched it a few times and respected it. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't respect it this time. If we break below this Gaussian channel and back test it, kind of like, whoops, like we did to the upside over here. You see where it like broke through, back tested, it took off, back tested again, it took off. If we do something like that, where we break through the bottom of it, back test, and then reject off the bottom of it, I don't really see very much support till we get down to this 20,000 level, which would be a $5,000 drop and a huge drop in the miners. Now, I'm thinking that could be potential because similar to like what we saw down here off the lows, from what we had a low around 15,000, it shot up in a matter of weeks. We went up to 25,000. It's a $10,000 jump. We could see that to the downside here at any point, and then it would end up looking like, honestly, probably a huge double bottom. If we go on the monthly chart, let's see what it looked like that. Yeah, if we came back down to 20 and then started crawling back up to this level, there'd just be a huge double bottom. Now, that's something that might happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but it would look something like this, and then to this guy. It would look something like that. I'm going to keep that on my chart, see if it happens. If not, then I'll just delete it when that time comes. But right now, things are kind of critical, honestly. Put this on 3 days, actually. We have to stay above this box here, stay in this upward channel. If we get below this upward channel or the Gaussian channel and back test it and then fail, then we're going down to 20,000 probably, because there's not a lot of resistance between 25,000 and 20,000. There's not much going on in here or even back here at all. Down here, over back here, it's not till 19,000, so let's hope that's not our issue that we have here, and that's the previous high from 2018. Maybe I'll just mark that, because price tends to like places it's been before. So let's give it that. That's the old price from, and it's going to be right in the middle of our little box here. So that's actually plausible that could happen. So keep an eye out for that if it occurs. But yeah, if we get below this box here, we're probably going to the $20,000 range. Let's see what the miners are looking like. They're not looking great. They're actually looking pretty bad right now. So Marathon Digital, this is the 2-hour chart. Marathon Digital still in that beastly downward trend that I drew from all the way back here a long time ago. I've just been extending it on my chart. It's still in that downward trend right now. It's hanging out around the center line of it in a very tight coil, which makes me believe that there's going to be a pretty dramatic move either to the up or the downside whenever it does make that move. Right now it's looking at like it could be the downside. So we got through this demand zone here, which was all of this support. So we've broken it now. we've now broken all of this support. And we are sitting now on this support back here. This is much weaker. Look how much less there is in here than there was up here between $10 and $9. Uh, so much less support here. We're in a much weaker position than we were. I was hoping that price would not go beyond this support here because it was just very strong and it did not hold. And we are now getting into this support zone here. If we break that, honestly, we could be seeing, $6. $6 is a real potential somewhere down around here, maybe like 650, 660. That's really a possibility if we don't get caught in this support that we're currently touching right now. So if price does not reverse almost immediately, or Bitcoin price breaks down, you could expect to see a price of Mara in the $6 range again. And that's just what the chart looks like right now. I really wish it wasn't what the chart looked like right now, but it is. And I'm buying all the way down. I'll be buying all the way up, but it's not looking good right now. Bit Digital is looking like not super great either. It broke this little upward trend here with a big gap down, and then we flattened out around our local lows from earlier this month here around $2.05, $2.10. $2 is going to be a pretty strong point here for it. There's really nothing to see on the charts with it, but $2 is looking like it wants to hold for now. Probably going to, yeah, I think we're probably eventually going to grind down into this 170, 160 range at some point in the next 6 months to 6 to 8 months before the halving. And then once that comes around, we'll just be moving our way up again. But it's Bit Digital still looking kind of strong because it did not break a new low. It's holding its local low here at about $2.05, $2.06. So it is stronger looking than Mara or Bitfarms. Honestly, Bitfarms did the same thing as Mara. This is the same exact pattern and chart as Marathon Digital. We broke through all this support here, and now we're heading down towards this support area here. Let me draw this in now. Now we're headed, dude. Now we're headed towards this support area here, down in the 90 cent range, and that's definitely a difficult thing to look at, especially when I look at my account and see just how far down it's come since I was buying in this 120 range, even in the 130 range on these big blue candles going up, and then it just failed and shoo, 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 shoo. So kind of just holding, waiting for the halving to come around next March or next April. And until then, I think we're seeing just weakness, just lots and lots of weakness in the charts. Also, so I'm going to bring up the SPY here. Now, the SPY, I usually don't talk about the SPY, but I think right now it's kind of important. So let me get the Bollinger Band, or let me get the SMAs out of the way right now. So this is a 3-day chart. Each candle represents 3 days. All of 2022, we were in this huge downtrend, as you can see in this channel here. In October of 2022, that shifted into this uptrend. That uptrend was not confirmed until we broke out of this downtrend, went up, tapped that downtrend from the top, and then moved on. Currently, and I bring this up because it looks actually, it could be positive, could be negative for us, because the SPY measures the US economy basically, and if the SPY looks weak, then honestly, Bitcoin's going to look weak. If the SPY looks strong, then Bitcoin has a chance. Bitcoin kind of does its own thing a lot of the time, but if everything's falling, Bitcoin's part of everything. So, anyways, so we're coming to the bottom of this upward channel. We're currently entering this new downward one right here, and I drew this just just in case we see a break of this upward channel here, and then a retest from the bottom, and then we'll probably follow this down if that's the case. But we're in a position right now where we could touch the bottom of this upward channel, come back up. If we break the top of this downward channel, break above it, and then come back and back test this channel, this downward one from above, then I believe we're going higher. And in that case, I will be depending on the price, whatever price, the miners are at when that eventually happens. That's what I'll be entering in more heavily. But that's it for now. That's the update for the weekend. Things aren't looking great. We are definitely in a tense um, area of indecision in the market. But soon I think we'll see what the market's going to decide to do. So I'm just kind of sitting on my hands right now, buying small amounts of everything that I want, just in case I'm wrong and things shoot to the sky tomorrow. But I'm not expecting that, and I'm just kind of slowly accumulating as price is low. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a profitable day.